My favorite part about working here is seeing the animals come in and, they just don't seem very good and you don't know if they're going to live, and then they just miraculously get better, and then to see them to be free again when without us they would never have made it. And I love to see that, to see animals run free again. That's the greatest feeling. So.
We help animals, we give them a second chance. Say somebody finds a hawk and brings it in, and in most cases it would have a broken wing. A lot of things determine whether, when it comes in the door, a lot of things determine whether we can proceed and fix it or not.
Adele Moore is the one who has this wonderful knowledge of how to figure out if the animal needs something, how can we make sure that it's good to go.
But if it's a closed fracture and it is not near the joint, then it would go to our veterinarian.
There are occasions where we get birds in particular where their wing is either broken or it's completely not there. And so for things like that, TreeHouse deems is not something that they can fix. And so it's just something where we would rather have them be used for educational purposes than just say put them to sleep. So we keep them and give them a purpose in life.
But then also occasionally we get in animals that there's nothing that we can do for them. And that's always hard when you have to make that decision for them to end their suffering. But it makes up for it with all those animals that do make it. So, yeah.
One of the major challenges that faces the TreeHouse today is primarily the concept that it's non-profit. And so it doesn't get a lot of money in order to do the things that it needs to do. Money is definitely a challenge.
Raising money, that is it. When I started, I just had, back then, there were no other rehabilitation centers to look at to see what was going to happen.
The organization is run by all volunteers except for 2 or 3 permanent staff members.
How are we able to keep ourselves running and keep those who want to help the TreeHouse running without really having that income of our own?
It's a lot of word of mouth. We do fundraisers. We have a membership.
So we have a gift shop. We also do a lot of different educational programs where we get some profit that way.
It's been pretty tough over the years, but we never wanted to grow bigger than the community needed for us. I had seen several centers start out real big, gotten a lot of big grants and get real big, and then they couldn't sustain it. I wanted something that would be grassroots sustained, and if the people wanted us here, then we'd be open.
Well, I think in a world where there's so much interaction between humans and animals, just on clearly animals aren't used to dealing with humans. It's not in their nature. So when there are interactions that end up injuring wildlife, I think it's our responsibility to take care of those animals and rehabilitate them in a way that allows them to return back into the wild as healthy, functioning members of the ecosystem.
The ability for people to have some sort of avenue that okay, this animal will get taken care of, it will be loved, it will revive, is very reassuring to many people.